Welcome to Smet, South Dakota. This is a town that is living and breathing history. Everywhere you walk, you can see the marks that the Ingalls family, including Laura Ingalls Wilder, the author of the Little House on the Prairie series, has left on the town. Take a stroll around, go downtown, you're going to see all sorts of beautiful buildings, including the history that's marked with them. Smet is a small town in the Midwest, population of 1,080. Smet has a lot of character for a town of its size. As you look at the different shops and the different buildings, one of the neat things that I've seen when I'm walking around this town is just the amount of street artwork that they have along the streets downtown, as well as the many different museums attached to the town. Well, if you were following along with me here not that long ago, I was doing a short video on the town of Manchester where Grace Ingalls Wilder lived. And of course, down the road is Smet, where the rest of the family, of course, lived as well and are buried, most of them, in the cemetery here. And they have a really cool place here that you should really visit when you're here in the beautiful town of Smet. A town of 1,080, and this is Midwest small town at its finest. I am on the grounds, a museum, if you will, where the home where the Ingalls lived, and the school where both Laura and Carrie Ingalls went to school is right behind me here. And so you can come and visit this. But even behind me over here is the school where Laura herself first taught. So it's not the original. Of course, that was too long and it's no longer, but they have a perfect historical replica here, and you can check this out. And then over here is their home. So I'm going to show you that right now. It's nice. They have a nice ramp that you can kind of come up here and see. And of course, they have tours that you can come into the Discovery Center. This is the Surveyor House, and this is the oldest building in Smet, and it's built a year before there was even a town. So that's pretty cool. And you can read all about the history here on the sign. I love what they did here. It was built around 1879 as a railroad company house. And Laura Ingalls Wilder wrote in her little house books of living in this home the first winter that they spent in the Dakota prairies. And that's all right here in Smet. You should come, you should check it out. It's definitely worth visiting. And the whole reason why I even came here to begin with. But there's so much more to this town, so much history, that it is definitely worth a visit. Put it on your bucket list. And when you start this tour, you should really start at the gift shop, right? So right when you get in, you can park right up front. They have a park on both sides. Walk in and sign up for a tour and walk around. They're going to give you a map of the entire history part of this town, and everything that's linked with Laura Ingalls Wilder is on this map. And so it's definitely worth checking out. There's a couple places I'm going to take you today. But right now, let's go over to the house that Pa built. So we're at the site of Pa Ingalls' last home that he built. If you go up the top of the hill, you'll get to this Homestead Visitor Center. And that's where you're gonna get a lot more information on the homestead. You can walk the grounds, you can see everything here, and get a little history of the Ingalls family. Little house on the prairie style. One thing that I like that they did here is they have all these different maps to help you. That way you can kind of see where everything's located at. So we're just gonna walk around for a little bit and get a good lay of the land. I really like what they did with this. And this is definitely worth putting on your bucket list and touring around. And this is Ma's house. So this is right down the road from the barn here, which you can kind of see behind us. This is the hay roof barn. Not a lot to it. Just shows the simplicity of the lives that they lived and how hard it would be, really. I mean, if you really think about just the openness of the prairie, how cold it gets in the winter, how hot it gets in the summer. And then down here we have a pump. So the pump would have been there, and this is Pa's well. Last thing to do is dig a well, said Pa. Welcome to the Ingalls homestead out here on the outside of the Smet. And we're walking amongst the cottonwood trees that Paul would have planted for his family, right? So 5 of them, and they would have represented Ma, Mary, Laura, Carrie, and Grace. They're all 5 right here. And they're still standing today. Right down the road from the homestead is West Bethany Church. And we have one last site here in Smet that I want to show you before ending this video, and that is the gravesite of the Ingalls family. So they're still buried here, most of the family is, and we'll show you their gravesites now. And here's Ma's grave. This would have been the son of Laura Ingalls Wilder. He's buried here. Mary's. And Caroline. And of course, Pa, Charles. So that was Smet, South Dakota. So much to do here. Population 1,080. What a fitting historical story of Laura Ingalls Wilder, her book series, Little House on the Prairie, and all the history that is wrapped around just this town alone. And we know that there's other parts in the Midwest that cover this story, all the way from Kansas all the way up to Minnesota, and many other parts where their tracks have kind of left and their stories are told through the Midwest. But Smet really has a huge part of this story. Most of the family, of course, is buried here. Pa's last home is built here. And of course, you can go check out their homestead as well. So much to do here in Smet. And of course, if you are a fan of the Little House on the Prairie series, Laura Ingalls Wilder, the family of the Ingalls, you got to check out Smet. Definitely worth it. And what a fitting end to this video, really, to come not only in places where a lot of stuff started, but where a lot of it ended as well. This is Midwest Small Town.